미국 대학을 만나다 특별 에피소드에 오신 걸 환영합니다. 미국 전역에 흩어져 있는 5,300여 개의 칼리지와 대학교 중에서 자신에게 맞는 학교를 고르는 것은 참 어려운 일이죠. 저는 지난 몇 달 동안 입학사정관, 교수, 교직원, 그리고 학생들과 이야기를 나누며 미국 최고의 칼리지와 대학교에 관해 많이 배웠는데요. 그런데 좋은 학교를 찾고 나면 어떻게 해야 그 학교에 붙을 수 있는 걸까요? 오늘 저는 5명의 숨겨진 아이비 학생들과 이야기를 나누며 그들이 어떻게 미국 최고의 학교에 입학할 수 있었는지 알아보겠습니다. 시카고 대학교에서 생문학을 전공한 티파니 김씨, 브라이스 대학교에서 역사학을 전공하는 빅터 웬씨, 포모나 칼리지에서 물리학을 전공하는 아델 마이어스 씨, 튤레인 대학교에서 국제학을 전공하는 트레이존 쉐이터 씨, 그린의 컬리지에서 컴퓨터공학과 경제학을 전공하는 쿠레 류타 씨를 모셨습니다. 이 야심찬 학생들이 어떻게 숨겨진 아이비에 들어갔는지 들어볼 준비 되셨나요? 함께 가시죠. 저는 미국 미시간 대학교에서 경제학을 공부하며 유학생활을 시작한 이현진입니다. 여러분과 함께 미국에서의 대학생활을 엿보며 학생과 교직원을 직접 만나 더 깊은 이야기를 들어보려고 합니다. 미국 명문 대학들을 탐방할 준비가 되셨나요? 그럼 출발합니다. 이민정책연구소에 따르면 미국은 유학생을 가장 많이 유치하는 나라로 2020년에만 26만 8천 명의 유학생이 모여들었다고 합니다. 하지만 캠퍼스에 발을 들이려면 먼저 학교에 합격해야겠죠? Thank you for being here. To start out, I want to take you back to when you were in high school. What type of schools were you looking for, and what made you ultimately choose the school that you did?
In all honesty, the biggest thing that I was looking for in a university was whether the students truly enjoyed their time at the university. And then through looking at, different college rankings, Tulane was ranked #1 for happiest students. And that was something that really stood out to me. And so I think that was the biggest thing for me, finding kids that really wanted to make the most out of their time and live in the moment. Yeah.
Rita, as an international student coming to the US, I'd love to hear your take on this question. What drew you to Grinnell College?
Well, I was looking for colleges like Grinnell, it's because of the fact that I really wanted an inclusive community. And when I visited Grinnell was really the place that gave me a sense of home because all the students were really ensuring that I was being part of their lives for that one day I was visiting. And I was really felt like I was being overwatched and taken care of. And, that's really one thing I found absolutely beautiful about this place. And, out of all the other choices I had, I just cannot choose anything other than Grinnell.
Tiffany, I'd love to hear your perspective here as well. How did you end up choosing the University of Chicago?
My family moved to the US when we were very young, and throughout my entire life, my mom impressed upon me the importance of a strong education. I definitely knew when I was going through my high school experience that I was really looking for a college that would value that education. So when I was looking at universities, I actually was kind of looking for universities that were a little bit well-rounded in the sense that I could go and no matter what I chose, it would be good. And that's why the University of Chicago really appealed to me because it's a liberal arts university, but it's also nested within this giant research university. So I had the opportunity to not only take advantage of this liberal arts foundational education background, but also dive into research if I wanted to do so.
Victor, what kind of school were you looking for? And what led you to choose Bryce University?
During my college search process, I actually did not have any dream school in particular. I was just looking for schools that would give me the best value education possible.
빅터 씨는 딱 맞는 곳으로 왔네요. US 뉴스 월드 리포트에 따르면 2021년 라이스 대학교는 아이비리그 학교 4곳을 제치고 가장 가치 있는 학교 8위에 올랐다고 해요.
Rice despite having the big ticket appeal, was also the best value. So I couldn't turn down any.
Yeah, thanks, Victor. That's definitely a perspective we haven't heard yet. Adele, what made Pomona the right choice for you?
So I started looking at colleges and I checked out this huge book full of every college in the country. And I kind of knew that I wanted to go to a liberal arts college because in my high school, I had realized that I learn the best when I am sitting at the front, in front of the professor, asking questions every 5 minutes, or really whenever I have a question. So I knew that I wanted a liberal arts education where I could have a very close connection with my professors and where I could be very active in my learning. Pomona caught my eye for several reasons. One of them was, like I said, the connection that you have with professors. In this college book that I was talking about, it said that some of the students actually often went to their professors' houses for dinners. And that's actually something that I got to experience when I was at Pomona too. On Halloween, my ID1 professor invited the entire class up for dinner, and that was a bunch of fun. So I found that the reputation that Pomona had for connecting students with professors was totally right on. And that's something that I've really enjoyed.
지원할 칼리지나 대학교를 선택하는 부분에서 입학사정관과 학생들에게 들은 가장 가치 있는 조언은 간단하게 한마디로 요약됩니다. 가치관이 자신과 일치하는 학교에 지원하라는 거죠. Okay, so we've just heard about why you chose your schools, but now I'd love to hear about the application process. If you could go back in time when you were applying to schools, what do you wish you knew then that you know now?
If I could go back in time and tell little Tiffany anything about applying to college again, I think I would tell her it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. It'll be okay, and there are no wrong choices. And at the same time, kind of on the flip side of that, more admissions related, there is unfortunately no secret formula to crafting the perfect college application. I think one word that's constantly passed around is the idea of holistic admissions. And that really comes down to you are a complete human being. And that means everything that you do counts. Every passion that you have counts. If you are really busy at home because you have to take care of your little brothers, that counts as something that you spend your time on in the admissions process. Like, if you are someone who loves speech, like you are on a speech team, you've traveled, like that counts. If you love community service and you're in the National Honor Society, or you are volunteer at your local shelter, like that counts. And everything can really come together and build this picture of who you are, and that's the most important thing. The admissions process is about you finding the right fit in a university, and it's about the university finding the right fit in you. And that means at the end of the day, it is okay to be who you are, and it's okay to show that in the admissions process.
전인적 입학 사정이라는 개념은 자유로우면서도 두렵기도 하죠. 훌륭한 지원서를 쓰는 정해진 공식이 없다는 의미인데요. 동시에 모두에게 가능성이 내재되어 있다는 의미이기도 하죠. 그러니 자신을 어떻게 드러낼지 많이 고민해보는 게 좋습니다. 자기소개서를 나는 어떤 사람인지, 어떤 사람이 되고 싶은지 이야기를 들려줄 기회로 여기세요. 그리고 자신과 가치관이 일치하는 학교에 그 이야기를 들려주는 거예요. 지원 과정은 여러분이 자신에게 맞는 학교를 고르는 과정인 만큼 학교에서도 학교 공동체에 맞는 학생을 선발하는 과정이라는 걸 꼭 기억하세요. 합격 발표일은 여러분이 선택한 학교에서 합격했다는 소식이 들려오는 날이죠. Next, I want to hear about your acceptance day. Adele?
When I applied to Pomona, I knew the stats, so I was actually expecting to not get in. And then I got an email from Pomona saying that I had an update to my application. And then I went in to the computer room to check my application. and my mom followed me and she started recording me.
No, don't do that. What if I don't get in and I...
Then we delete it.
I clicked it and the rest is history.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
My God.
I felt like all of the sacrifices I had made, they all paid off in that moment.
That was amazing. Anyone else? Trajan, let's hear from you.
So I'm a part of this foundation called the Posse Foundation, which is this national nonprofit which provides 4-year full tuition scholarships to high school seniors based upon leadership and academics. So there was 3 rounds of interviews, like 4,000 kids get recommended, only 100 make it, and those 100 kids go to our 10 partner schools. So final round interview, there's about 25 of us and they have to cut it down to 10. At the end of that, they say that they're gonna notify you within a week or so whether you got it. But as I'm driving home, my dad was driving me home, and Jeff Schiffman, who's the director of admissions, is on the phone. He's like, look, man, loved having you at the interview today. And I loved the bow tie you were wearing because we had to get really dressed up. And he's like, I just want to let you know we have a Tulane bow tie waiting for you because like you got the scholarship. And that was like just, I don't know, like the amount of euphoria and happiness was incredible. I was like at a loss for words, and my dad like had to pull over the car and like stepped out of the car and just was like sat down on the sidewalk, started crying. Like, it was a lot going on, but definitely something I'll definitely remember for the rest of my life.
I want to transition now to talk about academics. All 5 of you go to schools known for rigorous academics. So what does it take to be a successful student at your school?
I would say, like, in order to be a great student at Grinnell, definitely you should be really willing to explore a lot of things that are like, outside of your comfort zone in a lot of ways. For instance, for me, I came into Grinnell with absolutely no background in music, but Grinnell offered me this opportunity to take one-on-one music lessons with an instructor for 2 years. And after I was able to do that, I got really proficient at drums, and I joined the percussion ensemble and also joined a band at my college. And so these kind of experiences are definitely very life-changing in a lot of ways because I was able to gain such unique experiences and sort of become a more I would say a Renaissance person in a sense that I'm able to become a more well-rounded person and expand my knowledge in various fields. In a lot of ways you really want to take advantage of that and just explore is definitely the word that I want to use.
Victor, what do you think?
I guess what it takes to be a successful student at Rice entails a lot of things, but probably first and most important that we really encourage everyone is to ask for help. I know that for many students, I myself included, high achieving throughout grade school, throughout high school, you could kind of do your own thing and really succeed without a lot of help. But once you get into college, that's a completely new playing field. So I would highly encourage any student considering Rice, as well as any other school, to utilize the support network that is provided to you by the school. Because holding out on your own will hurt you in the long run, whether or not you think of that right now. So ask for help.
빅터 씨의 균형 잡힌 관점을 들으니 격려가 되네요. 물론 좋은 성적을 받으려고 애쓰는 것도 중요할 수 있지만 자신의 한계를 아는 것은 보통은 잘 이야기되지 않는 다른 종류의 지적 능력을 요구하죠. Next, I want you all to take a few seconds to write down on a piece of paper if you could give a word of advice to an international student looking at US schools. What would it be? All right, Trajan, you wrote explore. Talk about that.
I want to explore. I'm a big proponent of just getting out of my comfort zone and going into unfamiliar cultures and meeting new people. Having that opportunity to study abroad in Shanghai, China, the first semester of my junior year was unparalleled. And I think that's the biggest thing, going back to what I would advise for international students going to the States, explore. Like, come in with open eyes and just ready to take it on. Like, it's your world. You know what I mean? The world is yours and it's in the palm of your hand. So don't be afraid to really get out of your comfort zone and be in a new environment. And everybody has different backgrounds and stories, and that exchange of ideas and different cultures contributes to you being a true global citizen. So explore. The world is yours.
Ryuta, as an international student yourself, what are your thoughts? You wrote connect.
When you're looking at schools, I think it's very important to really get to know these schools on a pretty personal level. In a lot of ways, United States has so many fantastic colleges and universities. So but there's always that one that really fits you really well. So I really think reaching out to them and you're connecting with alums or admissions people is very, very important, because it's a way to introduce yourself at the same time. It's a way for you to learn more about the college and what they offer. So I would say connect and reach out is definitely the word.
Love it. Tiffany, what did you write?
I wrote love yourself, which is very broad, but what I mean by that is that if you love yourself, it's really easy for other people to also love you. If you love yourself and if you love what you do and you're able to show that, if you can do that for yourself, I promise, somebody on the other side of your application and somebody on the other side of that screen is gonna see it and they're gonna love it. So, yes, love yourself.
That's great advice. Adele, let's hear yours.
So I said, find and follow your passion. And I said that because when you're following your passion, you can achieve anything. And I think it's really important to let yourself be ambitious and don't let what other people think stop you. I was super afraid to major in physics because of the stereotypes about women in science, but I followed my passion, and last year I actually ended up winning the most prestigious undergraduate STEM scholarship in America. And I think that my pomona education definitely prepared me for that. They didn't care that I was a woman, they just cared that I had a brain and that I had potential, and they really nurtured that potential and made me feel like I was capable, and then nominated me for the Goldwater Scholarship, and I ended up getting it because the committee thought that I was capable too. So don't let other people's opinion shape who you should be or what you should do. Let your opinion and your spirit guide you wherever you think you want to be.
Last but certainly not least, Victor, what did you write? Adapt. What does adapt mean to you?
Transitioning to college in general is a big jump and a big moment in your life. Doing so while also moving to a new country and getting used to a brand new environment as well, that is an additional great leap that you have to make. So take that time for yourself to adapt to your surroundings. Relax, get comfortable with where you are, who you will be with, and what you'll be doing. So take that time. As one great man once sang, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing's gonna be alright.
좋은 학교에는 어떻게 입학할까요? 질문이 잘못된 걸지도 모릅니다. 어쩌면 이렇게 묻는 게 맞겠죠. 좋은 학교에 어떻게 하면 나 자신을 온전히 보여줄 수 있을까요? 효과적으로 진솔하게 나 자신을 보여준다면 앞으로 몇 년 동안 집이 되어줄 공동체를 찾을 수 있을 겁니다.